Hello YouTube, this is Kiaz Maina. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a health and lifestyle channel where we talk about different health conditions and lifestyle modifications to accommodate the same. Karibuni. Welcome back. And if you're new here, feel free. Karibu sana. Subscribe please kama wewe ni mgeni hapa. If you're also a regular here and you've not subscribed, please do subscribe. Yeah, wacha tulan pamoja. First of all, let me start by apologizing for not being here the past, I think 2 months. I've had some few personal issues going on with me and I'm still sorting it out. But I figured we've still got to learn despite everything that's going on in our lives, right? So yeah, bear with me and I'm really hoping I'll manage to juggle everything that's going on and yeah, so karibuni. Today we are talking about alcohol. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have a glass of wine or something. Wine is my poison, but I do take other things. I love me a glass of wine. I wish I had one tungetos kidogo, but it's okay, it's all right. See, it's a Monday morning anyway, so in my defense, I can't be drinking on a Monday morning, sindio? So yeah, I do not have a glass of wine. So today we're talking about alcohol and its implications. I'm not here to tell you to take alcohol or not to take alcohol. Just because I take alcohol doesn't mean everyone else should take alcohol. I'm just here to talk about implications of alcohol on our health, all right? And yeah, let's just get into it. And I will start by defining what alcohol is. I don't necessarily think it needs a definition, but for learning purposes, I think we should define it. What we define to for learning purposes, but it's not like it needs a definition because almost everyone knows what alcohol is. Even those who do not use alcohol, most of you, mnajua ni nini pombe ni nini, alcohol ni pombe. So definition, alcohol is a toxic psychoactive substance that causes addiction or dependence if not used with moderation. Tuko pamoja? Ni kitu yenye ina affect your, it's psychoactive, it's toxic and it's psychoactive and it may cause addiction. Ukitumia sana without moderation, you might find yourself not being able to function without it. That's what addiction is. I think I talked about, did I talk about drugs sometime back? I think I did. On the topic of mental health, I think I did. I'll go back and also revise. Sikumbuki kama niliongelea. Hata weenda tutarudi huko tuangalie tuone. Yeah, so anyway, that is what alcohol is, and it is oftenly used in the context of elevating moods and making jolly. Kujibamba hivi, kama kuna kapati mahali utapata kuna pombe, kama kuna, if you're celebrating something, if there's an occasion, you will find yourself kuna alcohol for those who use alcohol. So again, I'm not here to tell you to use alcohol. I'm not here to tell you to stop using alcohol. I'm just here to enlighten you on its implication on your health and maybe advise you to use it in moderation, because again, lack of moderation is what causes you to have this negative effect that we're going to talk about. All right, so the next thing we're talking about is implication of alcohol on our health. Yeah, and I'm going to start with short-term effects. Not effects, sorry. Yeah, effects or implications, same thing. Short-term implications, number one, we have hangover. Hangover, for anyone who has ever used alcohol, we've at some point experienced a hangover. A hangover is that's not a feeling, well, it's a feeling or a feeling of sickness. It is a feeling, it's a condition that follows a drinking episode or drinking spree, and it oftenly comes with severe headaches, tremors, general weakness in your body, vomiting. Yani generally you're sick, you're here being punished for having fun last night. Unfortunately, so that's what a hangover is. And another short-term effect is alcohol poisoning. Alcohol poisoning is a more severe form of hangover. But now this one, for hangover, you don't necessarily have to go to the hospital to get it sorted. But with alcohol poisoning, you will definitely need to go to the hospital. Because with alcohol poisoning, it can even lead to hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is a condition where your blood sugar levels goes lower than normal, and can even get you into a, do we say a coma, an unconscious state. Yeah, so alcohol poisoning is another short-term effect I will talk about is accidents and falls. Well, yeah, we all know, let me not assume, but definitely when someone has taken alcohol, you're not as sober as you were before you took the alcohol. So the way you're seeing things may not be the same. That's why you're oftenly told do not drink and drive, and also be very careful when you've taken alcohol, because things are not what they actually seem. You may fall somewhere mahali haungeanguka kawaida, kama hujakunywa haungeanguka, lakini there you go, you miss a step, you break your ankle, ama hiyo ndio siku, I don't know, you miss a step, or now when you're driving you might get an accident. Yeah, so that's another short-term effect. Another short-term effect is risky behavior, and risky behavior nitaimention huko kwa long-term effect again. Hata hii accident nitaimention tena kwa long-term effects tena. Risky behavior, this means that your judgment is impaired at that time, so you may tend to be violent. You may think there's a meme that goes around saying that when you've been drinking and everyone starts getting attractive, now you know it's time to go home, because your judgment is, when you're drinking, your judgment is impaired, so you may find yourself making decisions that you would not have made otherwise if you were sober, that is. So yes, violence inatokea hapo hapo kwa risky behavior, kwa sababu, well, alcohol makes things look exciting. It may make a fight look exciting, inaka kutishiana, inaka kitu mzuri. You will end up with a what? With a cut on your forehead, a broken bottle imekukata, or anything. Anything is possible, by the way, with alcohol, because you can take it to the extremes without even knowing you're taking it to the extremes, and then the next morning you're sober and you're like, what happened last night? And you're in a hospital bed. So tukue careful wakati tunakunywa. Finally, on the short-term effects, gastritis. Gastritis is something we tackled on the most recent topic, the most recent video. Inflammation of the inner lining of your stomach wall. And yeah, I'll still mention it actually, let me just go into the long-term effects and continue with this gastritis. Now, gastritis, if you use alcohol too frequently, you may get a stomach ulcer, or stomach ulcers. And yeah, so moderate your alcohol intake. Also, when you're taking alcohol, don't take alcohol on an empty stomach. There are some of these alcohols that will cause an erosion in your stomach lining, and again causing you gastritis and an ulcer in your stomach. All right, now we've gotten into the long-term effects. Long-term effects, another one that will be connected to the injury, to the accidents, is long-term injury. You may get scot-free if you get an accident and you may just get a bruise, ama gari ndio itaumia, but unfortunately you may get long-term effects, long-term effect on your body after the accident, like maybe spinal injury that may leave you bedridden, ama upate tu kifracture yenye itataka ukue immobile for quite a while. Anything, head injuries, anything is possible. So again, do not drink and drive. I said I talk about risky behavior kwa long term. Sasa it may expose you to diseases that you will acquire from promiscuous activity, promiscuous behavior, risky behavior, promiscuous behavior, same thing. Like for example, STIs and HIV. These are things you can acquire this in one night, not even in one night, in a few minutes, and it may torture you for the rest of your life. So again, yeah, to be a bit careful. Another long-term side effect is reduced productivity at work, na hiyo sasa it may lead you to lose your job or even your business. Hata kama unajifanyia kazi, usiseme sasa sisi najifanyia kazi, wacha nikunywe. Okay, drink, but drink in moderation, not to the extent that your productivity at work is affected, and then it's not beneficial for you anyway. So like we said, alcohol is often used in the context of elevating moods and making jolly, jibambe. Lakini ikishafika points you're no longer having fun, stop drinking. Why are you drinking it anyway? So yeah. Another long-term effect, erectile dysfunction. This is something we talked about on a video na huko mbele kidogo. Kindly go back and uone vile ina happen. And then now alcohol, before I get into the systems, because I'm about to get into the systems, alcohol has a tendency to affect, it puts pressure on our organs, our body organs. That's the liver, the kidney, the heart. And if it puts extra pressure on it, it may cause issues, and may lead to failure of these said organs. For example, the liver may cause you liver failure. Liver diseases, like for example liver cirrhosis, and what we call alcoholic fatty liver disease, and pancreas issues, pancreatitis, and all those, because again, if there's a lot of pressure on the pancreas, it won't function well, and if it's not functioning well, and if there's inflammation, pancreatitis is inflammation of the pancreas. It is one of the side effects of too much use of alcohol without moderation. Kidney diseases, yes, and kidney failure as well may be brought about by excessive use of alcohol. Then there's nerve damage. I don't know if you've ever met someone who is so much used to taking alcohol that when they are not taking alcohol, they're like this. They're having tremors. That's due to nerve damage. Too much use of alcohol causes nerve damage. And remember, these long-term effects we're talking about, si kitu ati umetumia kwa siku chache tu alafu inaanza. This is something you've used so frequently and over a long period of time, and now it has ended up to causing, say, addiction or dependence, meaning you cannot function without it. There is treatment for it, and well, if you're in such a position, you need to see your doctor. They'll know what to do about it, but it's good to be cautious with it. Yeah, another system that is affected, it's the cardiovascular, that is your heart. It may cause you to have hypertension and other heart issues. Now, kuna gastritis nilishasema, kuna malnutrition. When most people are drinking, they rarely eat. By the way, watu wanakunywa wakulangi sana. I'll use an example of myself. When I'm drinking, normally, when I'm not drinking, I eat vizuri sana. I'm a good feeder. But then on those episodes when I'm drinking, my appetite is not that good. And now, in the same point, again on malnutrition, because again, the appetite goes down. And even for the little that you eat, for those who will eat, there will be impaired absorption. And if there is impaired absorption of the nutrients you're taking, definitely it's not going to be beneficial to you. Haita kunarish vile inafaa kukunarish. I hope nimeeleweka. So, and then finally there's gout arthritis. Gout arthritis is an elevated uric acid level. Iyo sana it's caused by, it's mainly caused by excessive use of alcohol. Na pia wale watu mnapenda kanyama red meat that too inaweza kukupredispose. Again, some of these things are things, most of these things, not most, all of these things are things we can avoid. Some of them are things that will require treatment and they are treatable. Some of them may have a permanent implication on your health or on your life generally. So yeah, in conclusion, what I want to say, alcohol itumiwe in moderation. Sisemi msikunywe na sisemi pia mkunywe wenye mkunywangi. Kama ukunywangi na life yako iko tu sawa bila kukunywa, katambe. Those of you who are drinking, drink with moderation. Remember, alcohol has very few advantages. The advantages are, number one, it elevates your moods, definitely. It boosts your confidence kidogo. Maybe kuna mrembo ulikuwa unataka ku-approach and you needed some liquid. We call it liquid confidence kidogo. And aids in digestion. Kuna mahali kwa Bible inasema hivyo. Mtu anikumbushe hapo chini kwa comment section ni Bible verse gani, but inasaidia kwa digestion kidogo. But all in all you need to do is to take it with moderation. Unakunywa kidogo, you observe the frequency, you observe the amount you're taking. Si chakula, si ya kukuliwa kila siku. Na pia when you're taking it haiishi. Utakunywa leo na tena kampuni watatengeneza ingine, hautawaimaliza. So take it wakati umesikia umefika mahali ulikuwa unataka kufika, get your safest way to go home, enda ulale. The next morning amka, shughuli yako iendelee. Again, you're not having fun today to suffer the next, I don't know, the rest of your life. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, if you've taken your alcohol, umejibamba, imefika point sasa you're feeling, now I've gotten to where I wanted to be. There's no point to continue taking. And if you still want to be out, you can still be out with your alcohol levels where you wanted them to be. Now take water. In fact, water will help you. Inasaidia balance huko, kurehydrate. Rehydration is very important because alcohol causes dehydration, and this dehydration is one of the main causes of a hangover the next morning. Najua mnashanganga sana kunaendanga aje. This dehydration, alcohol ina dehydrate mwili, and if you're dehydrated, you may have a headache. So the next morning you're waking up, kichwa noma. So mainly that's the reason. So anyway, I hope tumeelewana. This one has been an exciting topic. Yeah, we'll talk about something else next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, share, like if you found this informative. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you for the support.